All right, so this is our first video on gridding. Some of you guys actually gridded last year, but I wanted to give you a little refresher on what's going on with your actual project. So the first thing that we're going to do, and you can see this sheet was actually under your acetated grid that you traced. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut out a little viewfinder. And eventually what's going to happen with the viewfinder, you're going to put it over the individual square that you're going to be drawing. You're going to be drawing every individual square, usually from left to right, like you would read. So we're going to do it row by row. But first of all, I'll show you how to cut this out. We're going to be using an X-Acto knife, and you're going to be going over the corner of each thing. As you cut, you can kind of hold the square down so it doesn't move and break through and all that. You get several squares to choose from. It doesn't matter which square you actually end up cutting. So you just need one little viewfinder that you're going to be placing over your actual drawing. So I've got this one, or I have this one, whichever one works out. If one of them is kind of wonky, we'll use the one that isn't. So as many as you want to cut out. So what I have here is I've got your, and I know there's a little bit of a glare. I'm looking at it, and not much I can do about that. But you can see this, and what's going to happen with what you have. You're going to look at the measurement of your actual perimeter. If you don't have a perimeter drawn outside of, let's see if I can kind of undo a corner. So if you don't have a perimeter, what you're going to need to do is draw one. It just needs to work with what you've got for your space. I just had it to kind of make it hit right about here where the edge of my image is, and then I hit right down here where the edge of my little pot was. And same thing for the hat. You can, leave a little bit of negative space up here if you like, but just something to kind of frame the image so you'll know where to place this. And as you can see, this little grid, I just put it flush with the edge right here. I ended up, one thing that you're going to end up doing is measuring this. So from here to here is 4.5, and then from here to there, it's 4. So I just kept that in mind, because what's going to happen is your big sheet that you're actually going to be drawing on is going to be twice as big as that. So that's kind of the deal. So you would just multiply that by 2, and you would get your dimensions for your drawing from that. So all right, so what we're going to end up doing as you're drawing, and I hope that you guys can see what's doing, but what you'll do, like I said, you're going to start from left to right. And you're going to go top to bottom. If you're left-handed, you might go from right to left, just depending on what you're going to do. So the first little square that you guys are going to see that we would end up drawing would be this one. So you would literally end up putting your grid on top of that. And let me see if I can zoom up here. There, yeah, okay. So what you'll end up doing is you will draw that little piece, and as you can see, I believe, let's see, there we go. This thing right here mimics that. I know that's kind of hard for you guys to see, but anyway, what you would end up doing, and I do want to zoom out. So after you finish drawing the lines, like the outside lines, one thing that you'll notice here is you do have like a little shade here, and you do actually have, and I may need to move this over, you do actually have like the starting of a line right there. So I do want you to kind of see that. You're not going to just draw the outside. If there's anything like folds or there's some value and stuff here, you're gonna end up drawing that. Just like, I put a little bit more detail on this guy. As you can see, I'm not really finished with stuff, but you know, basically, let's see here, you have this thing right here, you have where this line happens right here. So you'd end up, you'd stick this on here, and you would end up just drawing, see that one little bitty section. There's like a line, and you may not can see that right in that little corner. So I'd end up drawing that line. And when I'm done, I'd move it over, and there's like a little line like right here. There's like a sheen on this thing, I think. But you would end up drawing that line, and it like comes this way into the corner right there, and you would draw that. So let me see if this thing plays back.